All right. So this is going to be a little different than the content that I normally post on the channel, but I feel like this is important and I want to talk about it. And I was going to talk about it regardless, but I want to talk about it now because I covered a story earlier today, actually, um, about a little girl in New Jersey who had the police called on her, and she was 9 years old, and she wasn't doing anything wrong. And this white Republican politician called the cops on her. And yeah, so I covered that. So if you want, you can go check that video out after you watch this, or go check that out now or whatever. But the story that I'm gonna tell, it's a true story. This really happened. The news reported on it, actually. My local news did, and it's about my uh, Christian private school that I went to for the majority of my school career. And fair warning, this story talks. There's a lot of racism involved in this story, so fair warning with that. But so the story pretty much goes. I went to this school, um, and their school. I'm assuming because I've only really been to two schools my whole life. There was a private school, and then there was another private school. That's all I've been in. And the private school, they had really, really, really strict rules, which I guess is understandable because it's a private Christian school. But the thing about these really, really strict rules is, I guess, like anything else, they don't enforce them fairly across the board. Some people, they get punished when they mess up, and some people don't get punished when they mess up. And it was like that for a lot of different people, and there were a lot of problems at my school because of that. And that went from teachers to higher administration, and it was a big problem. It really was for a lot of kids. It would disrupt people attempting to learn. If it was not good. And um, there was a relationship between this black teenage boy named Malik Shaw, that's his name, and a white female student named Rebecca Arrington. And I knew, let me rephrase, I'm sorry, I knew both of these people. Malik Shaw was either in my brother's grade, because my older brother went to that school, or a grade above my brother. But me and Malik, we weren't friends or anything like that. But like, we would kind of like tease each other when we would see each other in the hallway and stuff like that. And Rebecca, the girl in the story, I was in the handbell choir, and I actually stood next to her for the majority of the time I played handbell. So I did personally know both of these people. I don't know where they're at now. I don't know what they're doing now. That's none of my business. It's not. And but regardless, uh, they had a consensual relationship, and I I don't know exactly how everything came about to the administration, but after all was said and done, some text messages between Rebecca and Malik made its way to administration at the school, and Malik Shaw, the black individual, the black young man, he was expelled. He was expelled from the school, and Rebecca was not expelled from the school. And there are some details that I need to share before I go any further. Um, One is that Rebecca's dad was on the school board, and he donated a lot of money to that school. A lot of money to that school because it's a very old, rundown, shabby school. And we have we actually have some pictures here of the text messages, and this is from my one of my local news stations where I live still. Um, and they actually have a picture of the text messages here. And this was going around on a lot of local news sites. People were passing it around school, obviously, because it was kind of a small school. Everybody kind of knew each other. You knew who everyone was. And the blue is Malik, and the white is Rebecca. And I don't know if there's other screenshots. We have this one. And he says, "Lol, you should do that, and then we could all go to a hotel. It'd be litty." And she responds with, "Lol, okay." And he said, "You want to lay up with me for a night," with some I guess you could say scandalous emojis. I don't know what the word is. She said yes. And he said, "Kiss me, hug me, grind on me, shower with me." Ooh, spicy. Shaking my head. And he said, "And maybe you could meet my best friend and I could actually get to meet yours fully." And she said, "What you mean?" And, so obviously, from these messages, which they're real messages, there's no issue on either party's side. So these messages were consensual. They had a relationship. They were boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know any more details other than that. But Malik got expelled after these messages were brought to the administration. But something else that I don't know if this is in the article, but it did happen. Malik was questioned and interrogated by Richmond Christian staff, and I'm gonna say this, and there's a chance I might be wrong, but at the time Malik was there was, other than the lunch, the people who would prepare the food for the kids who weren't technically Richmond Christian employees, there was only one black staff member. It was the technology computer teacher, and he also was the football coach. That was the only black staff member that was at the school. All of the teachers were women. All of the higher administration, all of the teachers were women. I'm sorry. All of the teachers were white. A lot of them were women, but all of the higher administration, they were all white. There was one black school teacher, literally one black employee in this entire school, and he wasn't present during this interrogation. And all of these, there were multiple people at this interrogation, multiple teachers and school administrators, and they interrogated him without his parents there. He was not 18, and they interrogated him without they didn't even ask his parents. They just went ahead and started questioning him about it, and they didn't even give him a chance to contact his parents or anything. And it's like I said, he got accused of sexual harassment and making unwanted advances on a white female student. I already discussed that. But he didn't do anything wrong. The messages clearly don't show anything where she did not consent to anything he was saying, and she received no repercussions, even though she is participating in the messages. She's literally participating in the messages. And it's why at the time I didn't fully understand. I was in 9th or 8th grade when this happened. I can't even remember. Or 7th grade maybe. It was a while ago. I wasn't able to understand the situation when it happened. I really wasn't. Thinking back on it now, I didn't even think much of it. People would get expelled all of the time. But something else, and this is a little personal part of this story, which is this is what we have here. We have this, okay? This is what he got expelled for. And there are multiple different things, multiple different articles written on this. NBC12 is not the only ones reported on it. These people reported on it too. I might have to blur some of these pictures in this one article right here, but there is actually another message from the girl in this situation. And she says, "Can you please explain to me what exactly you or your family wants?" Like, they've tried explaining some of the stuff that your grandmother is a part of and what is happening, but I don't understand what you guys want. Do you want me expelled, or you unexpelled, or to get back at the school? I'm not mad or anything. I'm just trying to understand. And the decision to expel Malik was the headmaster's decision. And this is the personal part of the story that I have. And I have proof of this to back this up. I'm not going to provide that proof in this video. I don't think I would be able to either way. But someone that's very, very, very close to me now, someone that I was in school with, she had something similar happen to her, except it wasn't similar and it was much, much worse. A student who was a grade below me sent the individual that I'm really close to. He sent her. It was a man sending this to a woman. He sent her very explicit messages, explicitly asked her for nude photos, and also sent unsolicited photos and videos of himself. And I'm talking about he sent dick pics, okay? I don't know if I can say that. I don't want to get like this channel. I don't want this video to get like fucking like suppressed or anything. So I'm trying to like use my language wisely, but yeah, he just sent her dick pics, and she did not want that or ask for that. And it's like I said, the proof is literally, we still have that proof. It still exists. I know for a fact that this happened, and the kid who did that was white, and he only received a 1-week suspension. He only received a 1-week suspension for doing something much, much worse than what Malik Shaw did. Malik Shaw, a black student, a 17-year-old black student, he did something that was much, much worse. This other individual I'm talking about, and he only got a 1-week suspension. Didn't get expelled, and he was white. He got a 1-week suspension for doing something. If I were to provide the proof, I guarantee you, everyone who's watching this video, unless you have some type of issues, would be absolutely disgusted, because it is disgusting. It's very disgusting. When I got shown this, I was not prepared for what I was going to see. It's one of those things where you're like, how is this real? Like, how do people like this exist? And it's like I said, the main point that I'm trying to make here is the school that I went to was extremely racist. They were. We had one teacher who moved from Iowa to come and work at my school, and on her first or second day, this is her words. She said this. We all heard it. She said, "I've never seen so many black people in one place before." And it wasn't a joke. It wasn't, I don't even know. I don't even know, but the school I went to was literally the most racist school I have ever seen, and I went to it. And maybe there's a more racist school out there, but maybe there's not. I don't know, but it was extremely, extremely bad. This is a big reason why I'm trying to talk about the content that I do, and I want to continue talking about things like this, is because these things really shaped the way that I think now. I grew up completely conservative home. I grew up in this private Christian school, and around all of these conservatives and Republicans. I don't know. I just wanted to make a video talking about this, trying to bring this to light.